right. That's right. So here's this. One for me. Two for you.
This is how you get people to talk, huh?
That's
Loosens them up.
well, we're having good conversations. Like I said, we want you kind of feeling like you're at a table having a conversation with us, having a drink
Fair
with us,
enough.
right? So if
Fair
you're on the
enough.
other end, just grab a drink. Customary is, arriba,
Arriba,
abajo,
abajo,
al centro, para adentro.
para adentro.
Smooth. Love it.
Once it hits your lips.
So good. But okay, so everybody's probably thinking like, who the hell is this guy? Like, who is this guy? Why do we got him on the show? What's going on? Welcome back for People in a Bottle. We got a good friend of mine, Victor here. Victor actually runs his own business. You would say, yeah.
With my partner.
Him and his partner, they got a business together. Won't you kind of introduce yourself and tell us a little bit?
My name's Victor. Like you said, I actually know Daniel from way back. I know his family, so we know each other very well. But about 3 years ago, I opened up a food truck with my business partner, and so Daniel invited me to maybe talk a little bit about the food truck and how that's been going. So
talk about the industry, talk about the ins and outs,
everything.
and
yeah.
the
Absolutely.
grind and how much the
Everything.
struggle is.
Yeah.
Just in case there's anybody out there that kind of is on that same wavelength, and they kind of want to get into starting their own business, whether that be a food truck or a cleaning company or construction, whatever the case may be.
I love it. I I wish I had a lot of those resources when I started too, and it's something that I love it. I love especially for other Latinos to get into business, and now that I've got a few years behind me, then it's if there's any way that I can help somebody else coming down the line, I'm all for it.
That's awesome. That's good. That's good. So you're just like, so good. That was my next question. Obviously, I know what you are. I was gonna, you know, couldn't, what background you are, right? Where you're from. You said you're Latino. What Mexican, Colombian, Guatemalan?
Yeah.
Hondureño?
So my family is from Mexico, from Guanajuato, Mexico. I've got um, I've got an older brother and an older sister that were both born in Mexico, and I've got a younger sister and myself. We were both born in California. I was raised in California until I was about 10 years old, and then my parents decided to move the family to North Carolina. So we've been here ever since. But so I guess if you want to call me Chicano, if you want to call me Mexican American, somewhere along those lines.
I like it. I like it. I identify as Chicano as well. From Cali, kind of similar, right? But just can you tell us like what's your company? You say you started a food truck. What is it? What kind of food is it? What's the name of it?
Okay.
How'd you guys come about the name? Because it's actually pretty interesting for me. Like when I first got the name, I was like, oh shit, that's a pretty interesting name to go with. Like,
so the our name is Death by Taco.
yeah.
We serve Mexican food with our kind of twist on it. Um, I think when I first opened it, I wanted it to be um, somewhere to. I wanted to find a balance in between authentic Mexican food, but also original. So authenticity and originality. That's kind of like what I base this off of. So we have traditional dishes that we put our own kind of twist on. We take maybe some ingredients from Mexico and then just do some different things with them that maybe people haven't seen before. So
What do you mean by like your own twist?
so
What do you guys mean by that?
yeah, so when you talk about Mexican food,
Right.
there's all sorts of rules, right? You've got to do it this way because that's the way it's been done.
Because it's traditional.
Because it's traditional, it's tradition, it's authentic, it's the way things have been. But that doesn't mean that that's the way it's always going to be.
Correct.
some of the things that really interest me is just I have a creative brain, so I like to look at something and maybe envision it in a different way.
Hmm.
So I always knew that I wasn't really gonna go super authentic with my stuff. I wanted to bring my own twist because I've had a different life than everybody else, and I've grown up in the U.S. Um, I've worked in fine dining, and I've traveled a lot, and I've seen some different things, and I kind of want to put my own spin on things as much as possible because I want to. Uh, I don't want to do the same thing that other people are doing.
Okay.
I want to try to do
Be
some
different,
things
right?
that
Be
are
unique. Be something that's
a
gonna.
little bit different, you know.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be like completely inauthentic, but I want to do something different. I want to put my own signature on things.
Give me Okay, so give us an example. Like, what is
Okay.
something that you did different that you wouldn't traditionally get, or that you would traditionally get at like a taco truck versus what you get from yours?
Right. So we've done a lot of different things on the food truck. Um, you know, this whole thing has been kind of like an experiment. Just do some different things, find some different things, you know, find out what works on the food truck, what doesn't work on the food truck. But for example, when we first opened the food truck, one thing I had on the menu was a chile relleno taco.
Mm-hmm.
So we took a traditional chile relleno, did a different batter on it, deep fried it, put it on a taco with some mashed avocado, some sliced tomatoes, some crema, some salsa macha for some spice,
Yeah.
and we put it in a taco. And that's not something that you're gonna find
Put it
uh,
in a taco.
in a taco. Usually, you're gonna find a chile relleno on a plate.
Right.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
served with rice, beans, something like that, with a
Okay.
little chile relleno broth. Um, but I
Interesting.
just wanted to do it a little bit different. So it's a very authentic and traditional item, which is a chile relleno.
Right.
But
Yes. Classic, of
I
course.
turned it into a taco, which is a little bit different. So just keeping in line with I don't want to do things that are um, not authentic, but I want to incorporate authentic ingredients into a different presentation, maybe, or
Okay.
a different flavor profile.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And what about your partner? Is your partner Mexican or
So my partner is actually from Ethiopia. His name is Fitz.
Ethiopia?
Yeah, we actually worked together for many years at the Carolina Inn in Chapel Hill. Beyond that, we worked together at the Chapel Hill Country Club
Hmm.
as well, and we worked together for a long time. Um, we worked very well together, and so he actually approached me in just after the pandemic. I want to say it was probably like around 20, like late 2020, early 2021,
Right.
and he was actually the one who approached me about.
So he
Uh,
came to you with the idea, essentially.
he came to me with the idea, and the original idea actually was to open a restaurant.
Okay.
And he asked me if I would be interested in partnering with him, and that was the original idea of the restaurant.
So put me in mentally how scary was that? Right? Because it's got to be scary. Think about it. You just said we're coming off of COVID,
Yeah,
right? So I mean, it's a big risk, right?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, coming out of COVID, a little backstory for me, and you know, kind of where I was um, and during that time, I was working at 21C when COVID happened. 21C in downtown Durham. And when
Okay. So
COVID,
they just
everyone
completely
was
closed.
completely let go.
Oh,
Everyone,
complete. Oh, okay. Okay.
everyone was
Okay.
let go. The whole thing was shut down, and I think basically like their strategy was like, let's just shut down. Everybody is off the books, and then when we
Damn.
reopen, then we can make some phone calls and see who we want to bring back.
Okay. So that's where they
And
were. Okay.
I did receive a phone call back, but that was kind of months down the road,
Uh
and
huh.
you know, during that time, you have a lot of time to think.
So in that point of your career, you were probably like, I think I'm kind of ready to do this. Kind of.
I mean, I wasn't thinking
Kind of
that.
done?
I
Or
wasn't thinking that at that moment. I think I was just feeling like, it doesn't feel good to have your future in the hands of somebody else.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I didn't know what I was going to do afterwards,
Mm-hmm.
but I knew that I didn't really like that. I also didn't really appreciate that, you know, we didn't really get a whole lot of notice
Oh,
that's what the plan was going to be.
yeah.
And I understand, businesses are looking out for themselves and they're not maybe not so focused on everybody else. But for me in that position, I
100%.
just I didn't like it, and
Yeah.
so that was kind of like the build up to when my partner Fitz approached me,
Uh-huh.
and
Was he
so
working with the same company?
no, he was somewhere else at that
Okay.
point. Um,
And I guess what? Kind of the same situation with him?
I mean, he might have some different ideas about why he wanted to go into this business, but for me, it was like, okay,
No, 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 not ideas. I'm thinking like I'm speaking more like was he in the same kind of in the same boat to where like maybe where he was working they shut down or something or
yeah, I
during
mean, he
COVID?
was in the restaurant industry as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So obviously,
I mean, a lot shut down. Yeah, a lot of restaurants.
restaurants were hit very hard,
Right. Right.
and I think I think he stayed with that restaurant as they reopened slowly.
Uh huh.
Um, but you know, I I think he probably felt um, a little bit of that pressure too as well.
It's unfortunate, Fitz. We can't have you on right now. Maybe you can join us for part two of this. But shout out to Fitz. Okay. So pandemic happens. Kind of ready to make that jump. You get approached. Um, again. So I'll ask the question again. Like, you scared shitless? Like, shit. If this doesn't work, I'm kind of fucked.
Yeah,
Can
I
we curse? I
mean,
don't know. Like
I think it took time for that.
to process or
Yeah, to process, like at the beginning, it's,
so you just kind of like jumped in.
when Fitz approached me, it's like, okay, we're not all in yet. We're just
Was it
we're
kind of just
just
like in the works, like talking, and
we're
you're
just
like,
yeah, we're just
see
talking,
where this goes?
we're just talking, we're bouncing ideas back and forth.
Yeah.
There's no investment yet.
Okay.
There's time,
Right. Right. Right.
but
Right.
there's not like a financial investment yet at that
It's not like
point.
you're walking up to the altar.
No, no, we are no, not like
uh,
that. Well,
you
actually,
know what I mean. You,
actually,
you know what I mean. Hey, like,
actually, no.
right? You're like, oh crap, I'm already here. I can't go back.
I mean,
Type
actually, it
shit.
almost is. When you go into business
Oh yeah,
like
it's a
that with a
partnership.
partner, it's a
Yeah,
partnership.
absolutely.
I feel like we probably see each other, more than our significant others see us sometimes. So in that
That's
sense,
rough.
maybe it is a little bit like a marriage.
That's rough.
But it took a while before it came real.
Okay.
It took a while.
How long?
I think once we started building out the food truck, I think that's when it started to become more real.
What do you mean building it out? Like you guys. So okay. So walk me through the process. Hey, Vic, you want to start up this company? Boom, we're gonna go
Yeah,
get a taco truck. Boom, it's just all right. Let's go get loans. Let's figure it out.
yeah,
Or do you have money? I got money. Let's put our money in a big pot and
yeah.
let's spend it. Whatever. You just went and you purchased a taco truck, or
No.
you just kind of hey, I want this for the vision, and then you build it, or what?
So
How's that?
like I was saying before, the initial thought was to do a restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, Back then, nobody wanted, after the pandemic, nobody wanted to invest in a restaurant. It was a
Makes
very
sense.
risky
Makes sense.
business.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, this isn't going to happen. We're not going to get a loan for this. So we started thinking about, okay, well, maybe we do a food truck because we can maybe even get it started with our own personal finances.
Right.
So at that time, my brother had a landscaping business, and he actually had an old trailer that had an axle broken, and he was like,
No
"Hey,
shit.
if you want to use it for the food truck, go for it."
It's right there. Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
so it had an axle broken. It needed a complete redo. we needed to find somebody to build it out for us, which we eventually, like after a while, we found somebody, and so we worked with this guy in Garner, and he actually the trailer itself, since it was a landscaping trailer, was not really didn't have the dimensions of a food truck, not even close.
But it
So
makes you
he
guys unique, though, right?
so he actually made it 2 feet taller and 2 feet longer for us
Really?
to even have a small food truck. Like
Wow.
so, right
I
now,
would have never known. This guy's giving away his secrets. I
so
would have never known.
I didn't even know you could do that. You know, I don't really know too much about that kind of stuff, right?
Oh
About
yeah, that can
I didn't even know you could make a trailer longer, taller, anything like that.
right.
But I mean, we found that out, and so right now our trailer is actually 6 feet by 14. So it's definitely on the smaller side. I think if you have
No, but it works.
a
It works.
standard, if you have a standard trailer, you're going to be like 16 by 8. So we are a little bit smaller, and we've made it work. But
It does. I mean,
but
it looks good. I would have never noticed that it
but it does have
was,
its limitations, you
yeah.
know.
How
So
so?
I mean, it's smaller. So when you're on a food truck, it's like, okay, how much refrigeration do you have? How much equipment do you have? How much space do you have to work? Do you have all the things necessary to do what you want?
Right.
And for us, we don't. But we
What would be
found
essential?
refrigeration is essential, and the more you have, the better.
Correct.
Cooking equipment is essential.
Right.
The more you have, the better, based on your cuisine,
Hmm.
and then also space. You want to be able to move around in there and all that stuff. So we have our trailer and we've made it work, but it's not ideal in a lot of areas. Like if we have if you measure out our actual walking space in between, like
You guys feel kind of cramped
the
sometimes
equipment.
on top of each other, almost.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, hey, you be
Oh yeah,
grabbing me.
yeah. And you have to figure out like how not to go past each other as much as possible.
Yeah.
How can we set up our menu to
Work
where
with
you
what you
stay
got.
over there
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I stay over here, and we don't have to cross paths too much. And then that's when you have 2 people, right?
Correct.
Oh, well, what about when you have 3 people? What about
Right.
when you
So
have
right now,
four
so it's
people?
just two.
You know,
So it's just two of you in there right now.
it's just two of us day to day.
Two. Okay.
Well, actually, no. Right now, we hired somebody, so there's 3 of us that work regularly in there. But
But is there three at the same time, or is it just
there's 3 at
two
the
in
same
this?
time.
Oh, three. Okay, so 3 people
Yeah,
in this uh 6 by 14. You
six
said,
by
but
14.
it's in this
Yeah,
6 by 14 space. You can get kind of cramped. You
absolutely.
you kind of gotta
Yeah,
you kind of gotta like each other. If
we've
not, I'm
actually
like,
we've actually had 4 people in there before.
wow, 4 people. Okay,
So
but I mean, you make it work though,
you make it work.
right? You develop a
There's
system. You get a system going. You get a procedure, and it's like boom. Now
Yeah,
it's like a well-oiled machine. We're rolling.
it's
Yeah.
trial by fire until you figure it out.
Of course,
You you
as is
you
many
o-
things.
a lot of times you're only gonna learn until you actually like go through it,
Correct.
and
Correct.
then you have to make the adjustments and make it better.
Yeah. So tell us what's on the menu. We go to Death by Taco.
Yeah.
Boom, I show up there. Boom. What can I expect? What's on the menu?
Well, so one thing I will point out is some food trucks have a menu that they do all the time.
Correct.
It's the same menu throughout the whole year. For us, I wanted it to be something where I want to do something for the food truck, but at the same time, I want to plan for possibly a restaurant, right? So I want to
Okay.
try a lot of different things.
See what hits and what doesn't.
Right.
Okay.
Well, and what works in that space and what doesn't. And I also want to continue evolving as a chef. I want to try some different things and learn some different recipes. So I always set it up to be that way, to where we're gonna always put out a good menu that has a lot of the bases covered. That's gonna feed a lot of different people.
Yeah.
But I always want to try to do new different things and recipes. So if you go to our food truck tomorrow, you're gonna see things like tacos. You're gonna see quesadillas.
Mm.
You're gonna see tortas.
Love
You're
me a
gonna
good torta.
see churros.
Not that kind of torta.
You can see.
Hey, you know what it is.
You're gonna see churros. You're gonna see things like chips and salsa.
Okay.
Sometimes we'll do like loaded fries with queso. We'll do
Ooh.
nachos, different things like that.
So you mix it up. Is it
Yeah,
so? Is it like?
you'll have a beef. You'll have chicken. You'll have a veggie. You'll have al pastor.
Do we have some consistency though, to where it's like, oh, I love the tacos from Death by Tacos, so I want to show up on Mondays. Let's say, for example, right? I want to show up on Mondays and get. I know Mondays they're gonna be serving them al pastor tacos.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's
yeah.
but then it
So
changes kind of daily or what?
yeah, a couple of things that we've never taken off the menu is tacos and quesadillas.
Of course,
And we've always had beef, chicken, and veg. And this year we recently added
veggie. Come on,
veggie.
man.
Yeah, you gotta have a
Come on,
veggie
man.
in there.
How many Mexicans? How many How many Mexican places got veggie options? A lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Apparently a lot. Apparently a lot now. I
You
guess I don't
have
know what
to.
it is.
You have to. You have to have something
Of
vegetarian.
course, of course, of
You have to have
course.
vegetarian.
You know, I gotta make fun of my vegetarians. We love y'all. We love y'all. You know.
We always have, and then now we brought out one of the things that I really want to do was at the al pastor,
Okay.
because that was one of my favorite tacos, and I want to put that on the menu. So right now our staples are always beef, chicken, veggie, and al pastor. And
I like that. I like you giving options out there. You know, not
as you
just for the
know, in Mexican
vegetarian.
food, you take the same three things and you can turn it into 100 different
Yes,
meals.
absolutely.
You could have sopes, you could have burritos, you could have tacos, you could have quesadilla, you could have nachos, you
For
could
the
have loaded
Americans, burrito
fries,
bowls.
you could have
Yeah.
burrito bowls, which a rice bowl is something that we do as well. Um, you can have it done so many different ways. You can have tostadas. So we play around with that a little bit, but
Okay.
we always have tacos, we always have quesadillas, um, we always have beef, chicken, veg, um, al pastor.
That's good. That's good to know. So let me ask this. Let me put you on the spot here. Do you guys make your own salsa?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We do.
We gonna call it out right now. We gonna find
Hey,
out the truth here. Okay.
we actually we do. I think we do a lot more in house than maybe other people do.
Okay.
And
Why do you say that?
well, for example, like the meat.
Uh huh.
Um, a lot of places are gonna go to the carniceria. They're gonna they're
Correct.
gonna buy their meat from there,
Hmm.
already chopped up, already prepared, already marinated for them.
Those are for those of you that don't know, but I haven't been to Mexican carnicerias. That is an option, right? You can have it prepared, or you can have it not prepared though, right?
Right? Yeah, you can buy meat. Um, you can buy meat that's whole. You can buy meat that's chopped up. You can buy it marinated. You can buy it seasoned. It's a lot easier um, to buy it already prepared.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, 100%.
for us, we don't do that.
We don't. Not in
Um,
my house.
we we pick out the beef ourselves. We buy out these big 25-pound blocks of beef. We trim it ourselves. We season it ourselves. We cook it ourselves. We get it ready ourselves. Same thing for our chicken, and same thing for our pork. We trim it. We buy it. We pick it out. We trim it. We make our own marinade. We don't buy any marinade. So we do a lot of that stuff our house in house, and um, it's it's not easier, but for us, like we want to separate ourselves a little bit in what we do. We want to,
Make
like
you
I said,
stand
we
out.
want to be a little bit different.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And so I think when people come
for
to our
sure.
truck, they see maybe it kind of like it looks like a taco truck and it looks like the other ones, but their menu's a little bit different. The product's a little bit different. The presentation's a little bit different. And that's kind of what I want. And if you can do
Correct.
that and people actually enjoy it,
You got to be unique, right? You can't be
I mean,
same old.
you can
Boom. You could pass 5 taco trucks. They all look the same.
you can do whatever you want.
I'll
Let's be honest. You can do whatever you want. For me,
yeah.
it's a project that's very personal to me. Um, I wanted to do something that was a little bit different. I wanted to have my signature on it.
No, it makes sense. I mean, speaking as a customer, right? Like if I'm driving down the road and I see taco truck after taco, and I just whether I pick my head up and I like boom, 5 taco trucks, they all look the same, and now this one looks different. This one's for example, I'll give a shout out to my buddy Macareno, right?
Yeah,
My buddy down in Chapel Hill, he
yeah,
is the blue taco bus.
yes, sir.
I mean, that shit stands out like a sore thumb, like So I'm like,
Just by the big bus,
right. So I was just
you're
like,
stepping into something different.
okay, let me go here and let me try this one versus just all the other regular taco trucks.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with them, right?
No,
They may all
absolutely.
be great. They
Yeah.
all have the right idea, whatever the case may
It,
be. But it's like it's
you,
something that draws the attention of
yeah,
the customer.
yeah.
So like I know for a fact, for me, when I first saw your guys' spot, I was like, oh damn, that's different. Okay, like a you said like a trailer. What is it?
Yeah, it's a trailer.
Yeah.
And we use a truck to pull it around and serve at different places.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I mean, it works. It's great. Well,
Like it's a landscaping trailer turned into a food truck.
yeah, yeah. So like, yeah, mhm.
And so like it's it just stands out on its own because it's not supposed to be a food truck. It's originally meant to be a landscaping trailer.
Right.
And
No, but you
so
guys make it work.
I think that adds a little bit of something to who we are. It gives us a little character,
I
and
agree.
we may be the smaller trailer, but we hold our own.
How'd you guys come up with the name
Okay, the name.
Death by Taco? Right.
So,
For your information, I was one of the vote. I was one of the votes on the logo. I don't know if they
did
ended
you
up.
vote for Death
I
by
don't.
Todd? What did you vote
I
for?
don't remember if you
You
guys ended up going with the one that I picked as the one that you guys ended up going with because I think you guys already had the name, and then you were kind of like,
yeah,
hey, what do you guys think about this? And you sent me a few
yeah,
logos, and I was like, oh, I like this one.
yeah.
Uh,
So,
I don't remember which one I choose. I have to go back on the text message now. Hey, rewind, bring it back. Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah. So one of the things we did, like when we first opened, is we did a poll on social media. We had like
That's right.
4 or 5 different names, and we're like, hey, which name do you like the best? And we had a few out there, and actually there was one that was just like ran away with it, was the clear favorite, and it was actually taco therapy
Like the clear favorite by
by a lot,
vote
by votes,
for
by a
them
lot,
or
by
between you guys.
no, 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 by votes from social media, just like asking
What
around
was
with our
it?
friends. Taco therapy. That was the one that people liked the most by a lot.
I do. I think I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, by a lot.
Yeah.
And Death by Taco had a few votes too. I think it was like second or third place. But the more I thought about it, it was just like I think there's something catchy about it. I think there's
Mm-hmm.
something I can build around as far as like promoting and advertising and coming up with some sort of logo and things like that.
Yeah.
Um, and I felt like it fit where our food was gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Something that was maybe a little bit different, a little bit more edgy, um, and I just felt like it worked more with who we were. And you know, I talked to me and my partner discussed it a lot, and we decided to go with Death by Taco, and
Death
here
by
we
Taco,
are.
going against the grain. You see that?
Hey, you gotta do what feels right, man. At the end of
No,
the
I
day, it's
think whatever's right in your heart, right? Whatever you
yeah,
guys think
absolutely. At the end of
is.
the day, I think my partner and I got in business to do things our way.
I
And
think
there's nothing wrong with getting feedback, but there's nothing wrong with going with your gut too.
absolutely. So what are your guys' prices like? How do you set your prices? How do you know? Hey, am I going too much for this? Is it too? Am I selling myself short? Like,
Yeah,
or are we right at the money? How do you know? How do you?
right. I mean, when you price out your food, the first thing you're gonna look at is your food cost.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, any normal restaurant, standard average number, you're gonna be around 30% food cost. Um, so that's kind of like a starting point.
Okay.
Now, that doesn't mean that you can't have an item that's at 20% food cost. That doesn't mean that you can't have an item that's at 40% food cost. It just means that at the end of the day, at the end of the month, the year,
Uh-huh.
your food cost has to be around 30%.
Okay.
So you can have items on there that make you less money, and you can have items on there that make you more money in
Correct.
terms of profit. But at the end of the day, it has to balance out to get you around 30%.
Around
And
as in 30 or above, or 25 is around 30, 28 is around
no,
30.
I mean,
Is that like a rule of thumb, or is that something that you guys shoot for?
no, I mean it's kind of like after working in restaurants for a long time, it's like a standard number where you want to be somewhere around there.
Okay.
Now restaurants are different than food trucks, and the biggest difference is liquor, alcohol,
Okay. Do you guys sell
and
liquor alcohol?
no, we cannot.
I wish you would.
I wish I would too. It'd make my it'd make my food costs look a lot better. No, we cannot serve alcohol. We cannot serve liquor, but a restaurant can. So a
Right.
restaurant,
How the whole liquor license thing comes into effect.
right?
Okay.
Absolutely, and a restaurant typically um, makes a better profit on alcohol. So now what you can do
Really?
is, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Like you think
I mean, I
about,
don't know. I'm not in the restaurant business, or
well, let's
so I
just
don't know really.
think about it. Like if you buy this bottle of Patron, how much does it cost you?
I don't know. They're always gifted to me.
Okay. Well, bottle of Patron, you're gonna be, I don't know, I don't know what it is now, maybe
It's
40,
like
50 bucks.
60.
Sure.
Let's say 60. I don't know. I don't really look at prices. I'm
Right.
just kind of like, this
Um,
one looks good, and let's.
so
Sorry, I don't mean to sound like that. That's terrible. That's terrible. I do look at prices. I do look at
yeah.
prices,
So
but I don't remember them.
your bottle of Patron is, let's say it costs you 50 bucks, right? What is a shot gonna cost you at a bar?
I
Maybe
mean,
15?
sure, I get that, but I mean, I'm thinking more of a bar, right?
Yeah.
When you say that,
No, restaurant's the
I
same
think
thing.
restaurants. I'm thinking like, oh, they got to be making their money off the food.
Well, no, no, no. Actually, well, I mean, yeah, you make money on food,
Mm-hmm.
but you make more off of alcohol. We have to
Okay.
make our money on our food, so our food cost, we have to keep it at a certain point. And I'm not saying that every food truck is around 30%. There's some that are at 20%. There's some that are 40%. Um, if you're at 20%, you're making more money, more profit. If you're at 40%, you're making less profit, and it's getting scary for you. You know what I mean? So, but I think that's why it's important to know your numbers.
So those are numbers. The
So,
numbers is that your partner?
so
Or you
Fitsum does
guys?
a lot of the duties involving the numbers. But we've both been restaurant managers. We've both been um, like banquet department managers and managers at the country club. So we both know numbers. But as far as like who takes care of those duties, he takes care of more of the numbers, and I focus more on the
You
food.
said your background was culinary, or would you say it's more kind of like management? Um, and then where does the culinary come from? If culinary is not your background, is that just like a hobby that you have, or something that you just always loved, or what?
Yeah, um, so I went to school at Alamance Community College, and I went through the culinary program. Um, but while I was working there, I was working as a server in a hotel in banquet department, and then I eventually became like a supervisor and a manager. Um, and I found out that, I mean, this was a while ago, and I found out that I could make more money as a server or as a manager too than I could as a cook or a chef. A lot easier. So even though I went to culinary school and I enjoy cooking very much, I found my way in the front of the house, what they call uh, servers, bartenders, managers. I found that I could make more money there, And
Yeah.
as a young kid, I was like, well,
Money
why,
motivated.
yeah,
Yeah.
why am I gonna make less money working in the kitchen when
Yeah.
I could make
Makes
more
sense.
money here?
Of course. Of
So
course.
that's what I did. And actually, I never worked in a kitchen before I opened the food truck.
Really.
I never worked as a cook or a chef in a kitchen before I opened the food truck.
But hey, man. I mean, I would have never. I would have never guessed that. I mean, we've been friends for a long time.
That's crazy,
Fucking
right?
yeah. You make some
It's
bomb ass
crazy.
food.
Well, it's crazy to say that, like
Yeah.
what kind of balls do you have to be a chef out of a food truck, never once working as even like a cook?
But you've always had a passion for it.
Yeah, yeah,
You've
yeah,
always
yeah,
loved it. I mean,
absolutely. So that's
like I said, we've
that's the
been
other
friends for
side
a
of it.
while. Like,
That's the other side of it, right?
yeah,
I always enjoyed cooking. I always loved cooking, and I did go to culinary school, so I had that background.
this guy's all
Um,
fancy with it, man. He can
but
show up.
never,
Fucking.
never worked. Never was a professional chef that got paid as a chef. Never. Uh, First time was when we opened the food truck. So
Well, you fooled me. Fooled a lot of us, I guess. You fooled me because I would have. No, I honestly would have never guessed that. I would have
yeah,
been like, oh yeah, of course. I think he's has a background in cooking and uh, because I know, like I said, I mean, you like to get down in the kitchen and you throw down and make some good ass food.
yeah.
Make
I
some good
mean,
food. Yeah.
there's definitely like a lot of learning experiences, but you know,
Excuse me.
it's like anything. At the beginning, you have to figure it out. Um,
Trial and error.
Trial and error.
Yeah.
But then at a certain point, after you do anything for a while, you're gonna get good at it.
Right.
And me having um, a lot of knowledge going into it, I didn't have it probably as big as of a learning curve as someone who was brand new to it.
Yeah.
But there are still a lot of things I had to learn about the kitchen and managing your inventory and picking out your product and making sure you're managing your food costs. There's a lot of that I definitely had to figure out.
Okay. So run me through the day to day process here. Um, who handles the cooking? Who handles by from what you're telling me, you handle the cooking. Your partner handles the numbers,
Yeah.
right? Uh, what about like inventory management? Who's running the inventory?
I mean, it's
Like a
a
shared duty or
yeah. We have a lot of shared duties. We're small business owners, so we wear a lot of hats.
right?
You have to learn how to do everything as much as possible because sometimes you just got to save the cost. Like
Okay.
I change out the oil on the truck, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
things like that. Um, we try to do a lot of our maintenance and cleaning ourselves. So we have to wear a lot of different hats. Um, when you're a small business owner, there's no other way around it. I've worked at big places where you got a department for everything, right? You got a maintenance department that handles all the
Oh
uh,
yeah.
fixing of things. You got a food and beverage department which handles the food. You got an accounting department which handles
Right.
the numbers. You got an HR department which handles the employees. But when
Yeah.
you're small like that, your HR, your maintenance,
Hey, if you're
your food and
HR, I
beverage,
hope you're not the HR person that
your
was at that
accounting.
concert. Let's
Hey,
let's
shout out to Coldplay.
there you go. But no, no. I mean, I agree that makes sense, right? You want to cut your costs, so you kind of take
Yeah.
on multiple duties,
And it makes
and
you stronger.
yeah,
It
I'm
makes you
sure.
stronger, like learning how to do all those things. Like, I didn't know anything about, like, nothing about trailers.
Hmm.
I knew very little about the inner workings of a kitchen. Um, but going through that process where, like, we picked out all the equipment, all the cooking equipment for our trailer. We set up the
Really?
design. We set up the design, like, where do you want all of this equipment to be? Like,
Hmm.
we did the blueprint, we did the drawings.
Wow.
And through that process, it's like you start to learn a lot about it. Um, So yeah, it's difficult, but it does like build you up and make you stronger when you actually go through and try to do as much of your business as possible.
Sounds like you guys are there 24/7. Let me ask you another question. When was the last time you had a vacation, man? You
So
take days off? You guys take days off or
so
what?
actually we and credit to my partner. Um, from the very first year, we've always taken two vacations, one in the winter time in January and one in the summer in July. We take um, a week off in the winter and a week off in the summer. And we've done that every year.
Like as in you close the
Everything
taco
closed.
truck?
Everything
Okay.
closed.
Or the taco
The whole
booth.
business is closed.
Okay.
The first 2 years, we took the same days off.
Yeah.
And actually, just this summer, we did kind of like a split thing where I took a week off in the summer, and my partner stayed and operated the truck, and then he took some time off, and then I stayed
How
and
was that?
operated the truck.
Were
I
you getting
mean,
phone calls in the middle of the night? Or not the middle of the night, but
no, no. I mean,
hey man,
listen,
what the fuck is this thing? Or you like, hey, you know what? I'm on
uh,
vacation.
listen, man. When I go on
Don't bother
vacation,
me.
you can't reach me. You cannot reach me.
Unreachable.
I'm probably in another country. Um,
Yeah.
I
I mean, you're on vacation, right? You shouldn't
well,
be answering your,
even
especially if
beyond
it's a
that,
phone call from
even
like work
beyond that,
or whatever.
like my cell phone provider, they don't even operate in other countries. So you're not gonna find me. Your best bet is to send me something on social media, and then maybe I'll get to it. But no, when I'm on vacation, leave me
I,
alone.
I can't blame you for that one, then, man. I can't fault you for that. So you guys, are you guys open? When are you guys open? You guys
um,
open on holidays?
yeah, I mean, if
Certain
there's a
holidays?
if there's holidays that we think are good for food trucks to make money, we'll be open.
Really?
There are some holidays which we don't really find a lot of business for food trucks, and we close. And some of it is just like personal decision too. Like we've never opened for Christmas.
Okay.
We've never opened for Thanksgiving.
Right.
Um, we have opened for July 4th for Independence Day.
How dare you?
We've opened for, I don't know, Easter. If there's an opportunity for us to make money, we haven't opened for New Year's yet, but we wouldn't scratch that out. If there's an opportunity for us to get a good gig and we might make some money off of it, then we'll definitely strongly consider it. But
Okay.
Thanksgiving, there's not a lot of opportunities for food trucks. People with their family,
Correct.
they're in
They're
they're in
making
their
the
house.
turkey at
They
home.
have
Yeah.
relatives. Christmas, same deal.
Mm-hmm.
People are they're celebrating with their families, and we want to do the same thing. And at the same time, there's not a lot of gigs out there for food trucks, so we always taking that off. But we are typically we use Monday as like a prep day. We do a lot of our prep on Monday,
Right.
so we close that day. We do all of our prep in the kitchen, and then from Tuesday through Sunday, we're either open 5 days or 6 days.
Okay. What are your hours?
So we work lunch and dinner. Um, one of the things that's different
Really?
about
Lunch? I don't think I've ever seen you guys out.
yeah, one of the
Well, I'm
things
always working.
one of the things about us that may be like different from other food trucks is that we don't stay at the same location. We actually travel to a
Mm-hmm.
different location for every shift. So
Really?
we'll be somewhere for lunch, we'll be somewhere else for dinner. The next day we'll be somewhere else for lunch and somewhere else for dinner. And we build out our schedule that way. So we
How's that
stay
work
on the
for you?
move. There's advantages and there's disadvantages. It's worked out well for us. Um, you know, we go anywhere that's within like we typically stay. So our base is out of Durham, and we typically stay within like 30 to 45 minutes from Durham, anywhere in that radius. But we will go up to like an hour away from Durham, or more if there's like a certain thing like that they want us for. But we typically stay within an hour radius of Durham, um, and
Where? Where you hit? Let us know.
we go to Durham. We go to Chapel Hill. We go to Raleigh. We go to Cary. We go to Apex.
Mm.
We go to Roxborough. We go to Carborough. We've been to Holly Springs.
Really, all the way out there in Roxborough.
Yeah, New Hill. Anywhere, like I said, anywhere that's like an hour. We've gone to Butner. Anywhere that's and Hillsborough a lot. Anywhere that's within an hour of Durham, we've probably been there.
You guys ever thought about setting up shop, kind of like doing like a seasonal summer thing, kind of outside of Jordan Lake? Because I know I know they have that one restaurant. They have that one restaurant. There's the gas stations. I won't say the name of it, but we all know what it is. It's the Happy Face Star, right? Won't say the name, but that place is out there, and I'm like, damn, it's like literally the only place around here to eat. Have you guys ever thought about something like that?
Have we thought about setting up shop in one location? Yeah, I mean, actually, when we first opened, that was something that we were looking at. We didn't really find a great spot, and so we kind of uh, decided to move around a little bit. We were at actually Sam's Bottle Shop. It was kind of like a little bit of a permanent spot in the beginning for us.
That was great. I like that spot. Yeah,
It was really nice for us as to get a start. Eventually, Sam's Bottle Shop closed down, but we started kind of spreading our wings a little bit, and we found out that if we traveled to certain locations, we could get in front of bigger crowds and essentially make more money. So we had to. It's just something that you don't really know sometimes when you start, but you start to analyze your business and see that okay, we've got one of the advantages of going to a location is that there's already people there, right? So we go to breweries a lot, and there's already
that's a great idea.
there's
Yeah,
already
it's a great
there's
idea.
already people who are going to go to the brewery whether you're there or not, they're going there. And so for you to set up outside as their food option, it's just putting
Oh,
us
we
in
love it.
it's just putting us in front of people, and giving us more of an opportunity to get some sales. And I think if you start out the other way where you just are at one location at all times, you have to bring people to you.
Correct.
And when you're brand new, that's very difficult
You're
to
trying to
see
get out.
you, to know that you're there, to know that you exist, whether it's on social media or just driving by you. They have to know that you're there, and
Right.
a lot of times people don't know that you're there. And so this is a way for us to get in front of people, for people to try our food. Like I said, we travel everywhere, so people know us in all these cities that we go to. So if we ever wanted to settle down somewhere, then there's a lot of people who already know us now.
Where would the prime location be for you, settling down? Speaking on that, touching on,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
mean,
where would you guys love? Let's just speak for you on your side. Yeah, if it was up to you and you'd be like, boom, gonna settle down in this town. What would be ideal for you?
I mean, I think when we first started, we were thinking about Durham. Um, at that point, you know, 4 years ago, there was not a lot in downtown Durham in terms of Mexican food, and in
Right.
terms of what people call like modern Mexican food, which is I think we're somewhere in there. Uh, but now the landscape has changed, and so there's not as there's a lot more competition there. There's not as big of a need there. So now if we kind of like reassessed like where's a good spot for us to be, it may not be Durham. It may be somewhere else, but I mean, it has to make sense for your business. You have to find the right location for what you're trying to do. You have to find a good deal on your lease, on your rent. So there's a lot of factors that go into it. But there has to be a need for your for your product, and there has to be the people that are attracted to your product have to be near you, and you have to have a lot of foot traffic back and forth. So I don't know where we would settle down, honestly. Like at this point, we're so focused on what we're doing right now that it's like you do have that in the back of your mind, but
Yeah.
you're not really
Kind of
super
taking
thinking
it one
about it.
step at a time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because like I said, the landscape changes so quickly. So
I got another question for you. What would you say is, have you guys established regulars?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah,
let people like
and
follow you guys to
yeah,
where you go.
and
Oh shit!
it's funny because because like I said, we go everywhere, right? So we have like this brewery regulars, and then like we go out to neighborhoods a lot too. So like when we
Hmm.
go to this neighborhood, we have regulars from that neighborhood, you know. So
Right.
we got regulars like from everywhere, you know. It's I don't think they are gonna like drive an hour to come see us if we're on the other side of town, but they put it on their calendar when we're coming close to them, and then they'll come visit us.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
and
so.
we can track all that because we use Square,
Hmm.
and with the Square POS, it tells you how many return customers you had because it tracks
That's my next
their
question.
credit card
Yeah.
number.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can actually track if you're getting a lot of the same repeat customers, even if you don't like immediately recognize them.
Right. So that's what I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask you is right now your clientele, your customers are you getting a lot of more returning or new customers? You would say.
It's both. Um, I think returning is always gonna win out for us right now. We're still very new, um, but we do get a lot of people that we see. Like I said, when we go back to that brewery or back to that neighborhood, we do get a lot of returning customers, and that's always cool to see.
Right. Right. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so tell us. Boom. I'm a 20 something year old kid. Hey, maybe I'm 16-year-old, maybe I'm 18-year-old, whatever. Or maybe I'm in my 30s or 40s, whatever the case may be. I want to start up a business. Boom, go. Give me a layout. How does it? How do I approach that? What do I need?
Well, I mean, I can only really like talk well about opening a food truck. Go
Correct.
online, go on Google, go on Chat GPT, do some research, ask some questions, find answers to those questions, start there. Figure out how much money you're gonna need to get started.
How
Um,
much we need? Give me a ballpark. Give me a number.
for a food truck,
Yeah.
you can
Give me
start,
a rough estimate.
let's say you can go low with like 50,000.
Okay. What's your high?
And your high is gonna
You would
be
guess. Whatever you want to go for.
150,000 plus.
Okay.
It can go as high as you want, but if you're gonna open a food truck, you're probably gonna be somewhere between 50K and 150K to open up your business, and
Just to get it off the ground.
that includes um, some money, some working capital that you're gonna need for the first.
Year.
You want 6 months, but at least for the first 3 to 4 months, that's gonna include money set aside for that.
Okay.
So it's gonna have working capital, but I'm gonna say you want 50 to 150,000 probably to open up a
I'm gonna
business. Say 50 to 150.
Okay. Okay. What else? What else we need?
Um, I would say one of the things that was really helpful for us is to look at some of the resources that are available in your city. We actually were able to talk to some people who were previous business owners. They worked with the Small Business Center at Durham Tech for the city of Durham. We
Hmm.
talked to a lot of people like that. They were able to set us up with meetings and talking to accountants and lawyers and things like that. So I
Nice.
would say the next thing you do is probably, and this is all free. We haven't,
Okay.
we haven't spent any money on, researching Google, and we haven't spent any money on looking through our local resources. So this is all free stuff
That's
um,
awesome.
that you can do, and a lot of these resources are out there, and people are just
They're there for you.
they're there for you,
Yeah.
and a lot of people don't know about them. But I would say do that, um, and then once you figure that out, start to map out a timeline of when you want to have all the things ready. Like actually, the city of Durham had like a whole map
Yeah.
for us. Like hey, you need to do these 50 things. And so we were able to kind of split it up between my partner and myself and say, all right, you tackle these over here, and I'll tackle these over here. And we were able to kind of break it down that way. But there's going to be all sorts of steps. You're going to have to, register your business. If you want to do logos, if you want to do social media, like there's all these things that you have to do. Um, and for us, when we researched it on the City of Durham website, there was like a really good roadmap, and that was kind of like the thing that we followed. And we put timelines to get things done at certain times. So
Yeah.
I think that's probably like a resource that's out there that can make your life a
Sweet.
lot easier, that I think people should take advantage of.
No, yeah, I think these are always out there. The resources. It's just the problem is finding them, right, or like knowing about them. I think a lot of people just don't know about them. There's so much shit out there that could be helpful. It's just
Right.
I wish it was like kind of like advertised a little bit more.
Yeah, and the
Like,
other thing that I didn't mention is that let's say you want to open a food truck,
hmm
go visit food trucks, talk to people, talk to a lot of times like when you go to a food truck, it's a small business and the owner's probably like in that food truck working.
right,
you
yeah,
know Talk to them, and you're gonna meet a lot of owners. You're gonna be able to ask them a lot of questions and find out more about the business, the industry, and the daily life of a food trucker. So I think that's another
sweet.
resource that we also try to do in the very beginning as well, as we try to talk to a lot of food trucks and just like ask them different questions. That was also very helpful.
Good, good. That's awesome. Well, there's always resources here on YouTube.
Yeah,
Here at 4 People in a Bottle. Go ahead and drop your questions in the comments. Vic he's a phone call away from me. He's a text message away. It ain't nothing for me to be like, hey, this person dropped this comment in there. They're wondering about this. I'm sure he'd be
absolutely.
more than happy to help out and answer any questions that y'all may have.
Absolutely.
But
And one more thing that I forgot about that was super, super helpful to us is there's a food truck training group. I think it's called Food Truck Training, um, which at this point probably has like over 50,000 members. It's all food truckers. It's it's
nice,
it's heavily moderated, so there's not a lot of BS in there. They make sure that the moderators make sure that people are staying on topic, that they're being supportive, that they're
legit.
yeah, because you see a lot of dumb stuff on the internet, obviously,
Yeah,
but this is a very professionally run group. Um, all the little like details that you don't really think about when you go into food trucking, people ask those questions and people answer those questions, and you get a lot of answers to questions that you may have. You could just like scroll through there and find so much valuable information on all the little details that you might not think about. And like I said, it's got a ton of information in there. You can do a search and find all sorts of posts and threads and just kind of take a deep dive and learn a lot of, even if you're like a current food trucker, it's got a lot of valuable information in there. So I highly suggest. um, I will probably like send you the link.
we can put it in the description.
Yeah, but I think it's called Food
Yeah.
Truck Training Group, and it's on Facebook. It's awesome. It's amazing. I still go on it. I still find out new stuff every time I go on it. So it's awesome.
Sorry, sorry guys, my Chihuahua's been barking his head off in the background. He's a 17-year-old Chihuahua. You know how it goes. But where can we find you? Where can we find you on social media? That way,
Okay.
we'll throw all those
Yeah,
Facebook,
yeah, yeah,
Instagram, all that. We'll throw it in the description where you can find them. Just let us know.
yeah. So on Instagram, which is probably like one of our main social medias, you can find us at NC Death X Taco. On Facebook, do a search for Death by Taco. And we do use Twitter, not that much, but we are at NC Death X Taco as well. And then the other cool one is called Street Food Finder, which is actually a website and an app which is specifically designed for food trucks. So if you go on Street Food Finder, either the app or the website, you can find, look us up by Death by Taco, and you'll see our schedule. We do our online ordering through there as well. So if you want to order online through us and we're near you, our menu will be posted there, and there'll be a link to where you can order online. So streetfoodfinder.com is the other good one.
Awesome.
And we'll post our schedule on Instagram and Facebook every week.
Okay. Do you guys cook chihuahuas? Because I'm ready to get rid of this guy. you guys cook chihuahuas? That's the secret ingredient, is chihuahuas.
I actually went to Mexico City not too long ago, and there's a running joke that some of the dogs make it onto the menu. So.
Oh God! Hey, it's been a pleasure. 4 People in a Bottle. We got Vic from Death by Taco. Thanks.